Philly, Trojan Philly, what's up, man? USCJ here. It's the top of the morning. It's the top of the morning. I hope everybody is getting ready to get up, get out, and make some things happen this morning. Listen, we got to talk about a big time number 3 overall linebacker in the country, number 7 player in the state of Texas, and number 33 player in the country nationally. Big time linebacker has now put USC in his top 6. Look, man, it's straight up go time with this kid. It's on and popping, it's on and cracking. And the reason I want to say that is because he's coming from McKinney, Texas. His name is Riley Pettijohn. And McKinney, Texas, that's where Brian Jackson came from. Big time running back, standing at 6'1", 240 pounds. He's now at USC working out, moving and grooving. And by the way, he looked like he's getting it in. But we want to talk about this kid, man, and why I think we have an opportunity here. I noticed that Brian Jackson made a comment and said something to the point to where let's get him, because this kid is absolutely one of these kids that everybody wants. You guys get ready to look at some film and see his footage, man, and see exactly why he's highly rated, why he's the number 3 linebacker in the country. And I'm excited now. And have you noticed, though, it's a trend that USC is starting to appeal to a lot of these kids from a defensive perspective. And now it's like USC is becoming like the defensive school, and very attracted to a lot of these big time players, man. You guys noticing we've been bringing in these big defensive tackles, big defensive end, big defensive edge guys. And now this kid, man, is putting us in his top 6. But let's take a look at his information real quick. Let's go. So here is Riley here, and one thing I noticed off the top, you notice he's doing that 315 pounds. I didn't start doing that till I was he's a junior. I didn't start doing that till I was a senior. So this kid, it's straight up go time with him, man. He's in the 300-pound club. But I noticed that he's a weight room warrior, man. I like that when you got a guy that can work like that. The work ethic is crazy. But as I stated, number 33 player overall, number 3 linebacker in the country, number 7 player in the state of Texas. This kid is moving and grooving, man. And according to his profile, he's a very athletic defender, can play on 3 downs. He's the heart of the McKinney defense, according to multiple coaches. Highly instinctive guy, linebacker who triggers quickly on the run. He shoots all the gaps well, and he's exceptional in open field tackling. He's a solid at the point of contact, and I think he's very instinctive. So look, man, you're talking about a player that USC can absolutely utilize and get, and I think this would be a A+ pick from a guy for USC football Trojans, man. These USC right now, it goes to the linebacker coach now, Matt Ince. It goes back to Deanton Lynn. It goes back to even Eric Henderson. It goes back to the whole staff right now that has been assembled together. USC is putting something special together. You get a defender like this, it's going to be straight up go time with them. And you see Lincoln Riley and Riley Pettijohn, these guys were together. And you see here, Lincoln Riley's already made a strong impression, already made that strong attempt to absolutely snatch Riley up, because this kid is absolutely one that we're going to need, especially going to the Big Ten. But you put him on there and you look at the 2025 class, I know someone kind of worried. We just finished the 2024 class, but this class is going to start coming together. Of course, you got Julian Lewis that reclassified. I just gave you guys some information on the receiver that just transferred to Modern Day, and I believe that could easily be a flip. He's committed to Ohio State, but the one that just transferred to Ohio State, Chris Henry Jr., I think USC can absolutely flip him. And if that happens, USC, you'll start seeing this 2025 class really starting to shape up and come together. So I think it's real opportunities for USC on the board. And this kid right here, Riley, I think he's a big time get. So you guys can drop those comments. Let me know. What are your thoughts on Riley? USC has an opportunity here. He put us in his top 6. I want to take a look at a couple of other things on the board that I want to talk about. And I'm out of here, man. Let's take a look at this information real quick. All right, this is Mike Farrell. He puts out all kinds of college football information. I guess he's considered like a college football guy, but this was the top running backs in high school. This is 15 to, I can't even see that. No, this is 6 through 15, I guess. Yeah, 6 through 15. But this is the second page. So you got Jordan Davis. You see, he's right there overall. This is for the 2024 class, modern day high school. But if you skip down a couple of guys, you see number 11, running back in the country, is going to be Carson Cox. And the reason I said that, he's a part of the 2025 class. And, I think you're going to start seeing this kid really continue to move up the board Carson Cox sitting there at 11, and you see him there rated a 4-star, number 93 player overall, Hesperia, California. You guys know I did a video on him, so I think you're gonna see him move up, continue to move up, and he's a must-get with that 2025 class, man. So that's some information I wanted to share with you. Let's take a look at some other stuff real quick. Now here, I wanted to share this list. This is a very interesting list to me, and this is the PFF top returning quarterbacks, and several reasons why I want to show you this. Two reasons in particular. One is, you see Georgia quarterback Carson Beck, number 1. I would kind of disagree with that. I would even put Dylan Gabriel ahead of him, maybe Quinn Ewers, based on their performance, based on the yardage. But they got Dylan Gabriel number 2. And Jalen Milroe, I mean, is this some kind of, it's weird because I don't think we could do it like the way we used to do it. They used to do it to where Nick Saban was there. They would just place these guys just because Nick Saban. You can't. Performance and production has to be the number 1 rule whenever you rate somebody. I'm not sure how PFF did this, but they got Jalen Milroe at number 3. To me, it's no disrespect to him, but I'm just saying production-wise, even somebody like Shedeur Sanders, production-wise, I think he threw for like 4,000 yards. How can you put a guy like Milroe over somebody like Shedeur Sanders or even Quinn Ewers or even Jackson Dart, who's sitting there at number 3? And then you got at number 7, you got a guy named Garrett Green. So, I heard he was pretty good. I'm not real familiar with him. But the quarterback from Penn State, Drew Allaire, he's number 8. And then Noah Fahita, he's number 9 for Arizona. I mean, that dude's a baller. And then Brady Cook, number 10. But have you noticed something? This is the number 1 point that I wanted you guys to notice. And this was kind of the point that I was making when it was the quarterback that we had an opportunity to get. Why in the world is no Cam Ward on here? Are you serious? So Cam Ward is not in the mix on here, which is I find that to be very, very suspect. You cannot tell me that Cam Ward is not better than Jalen Milroe or better than some of these other guys. He threw for crazy yards. But here's the other thing, which I do agree with though. Will Howard's not on here. I wasn't all the way big on, I had about 3 quarterbacks, the ones that were available. I had Will Howard, I had Cam Ward, of course I had his name slipping my mind now, the Texas quarterback. I had him on there, and but of course I love the quarterback we got that came from UNLV. That kid threw for 3,000 yards. But here's the question: Will Howard, and I don't know if some of you guys remember this, but he only threw for like 2,600 yards, which was kind of, compared to some of these other guys on the list, that wasn't, now is his potential great? Yeah, his potential is probably great. And he has a great skill set. I mean, he's very, very seasoned. He's been in college football for a while, so you could kind of lean on that. You could depend on somebody that has that type of skill set and experience. But at the end of the day, the production wasn't just all the way there for a guy like Will Howard. If you guys don't believe it, go back and check it out. 2,600 yards. I kind of noticed that it's very suspect. And I know this may be going off PFF rating because I know that Cam Ward, he probably has some turnovers or something like that, some interceptions. I think his interception ratio compared to the pass completion ratio, whatever, is probably just kind of messed that up as far as the PFF grade. So, I take that back. This may be correct in some sense, but I don't know. The Milroe thing is kind of suspect to me because I didn't see him just producing a whole lot. You guys can hit me in the comments. You guys can tell me what you think. Like, share, subscribe. Listen, everybody that comes on, make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, man. Make sure you hit that share button. You guys already know where you can find me. On YouTube, it's going to be USCJ32. USCJ. On Instagram, it's going to be USCJ32. On Twitter, it's going to be USCJ32. Like, share, subscribe. Man, listen, until later on, everybody stay blessed. Don't forget, make sure you get up, get out, and make some things happen. Fight on, fight on, fight on.